Hello and welcome everybody back to the stream. I'm your SimCFI and I really appreciate all you guys stopping by. Today we're going to be taking another look at the A340 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and this is the AnyBuilds A340. Really looking forward to the Aerosoft A340 as well. This is the 300 variant, if I'm not mistaken. The Aerosoft are bringing out the 600 variant with the help of Tolis with the Aerosoft one. Anyways, I thought it'd be fun. Take a look at some old, just old Air Canada skin on it. Looks pretty good. I don't think they actually did this flight, but I'm going to say they did. We're going to go from Calgary to Vancouver. And, yeah, it should be a pretty quick flight, about an hour and a half in the air. Got low IFR here, although it looked pretty good, actually. Then, reporting some IFR weather over there in Vancouver. Hopefully get some nice shots of the mountains. I've been sitting here for a little bit. Let me back up the time, because you guys like to see... you guys like live weather, but you guys like to see more of the daytime. So we'll set it around that, and we'll fly, and it will get a little darker as we go. Anyways, appreciate all you guys stopping by. I want to say thank you to all the channel partners. You'll see them at the top right corner of the screen. We just actually gained a new one. Our new partner of the day is a BigscreenVR. If you guys are looking into getting a VR headset, but they were too big, the Big Screen is a very compact, very high def VR headset you might want to look into. So please feel free to use my link down below. It does support the channel. I don't have one, so I can't say if it's good or not. And I reached out for a review version, so we'll see if we get to a review for you. I currently use the Pimax Crystal Light as my headset of choice. I paid for that about I think 2 years ago now, and it's still going strong. So we are partnered with Pimax as well on the channel, and yeah, Crystal Light's an amazing choice. I'm trying to work with them to see if I get you guys some other reviews for some other headsets, and we'll see where that goes. So thank you to all the channel partners. Top right corner, take a look at the description. Tons of discount codes you guys can use down there. So you guys killed the Concho disc code and the discount code in the Christmas time, so really appreciate that. Helped me out during the holidays, that's for sure. And yeah, and then thank you to all the channel members as well. And so we're gonna get going pretty much straight away. It's been a while since I've flown the A340. I got some new hardware that we're going to be using today. We're going to be using the Moza AB6, and I currently have their more fighter style grip, but I reached out to Moza. They will be sending me the Airbus grip, so I'll be able to show that to you guys hopefully very soon, and maybe some other stuff from them. And then we're going to be using the wing control Ursa Minor throttle, their ECAM panel, the PAC-32, the MCDU, the FCU, and the EFISes. Basically an entire Airbus setup ready to go for you. Also using the wing control rudder pedals, and I'll have those on camera, not the rudders, I'll have the AB6 and the wing control panels up for you guys on camera shortly. I tried to get the Rosefire A107 overhead panel to work, but I just couldn't get it to work in the A340. It's probably my fault, but when we do an A320 stream, you guys will see the overhead panel. So yeah, so let's get to the comments here, guys. We've got a couple of you in here, and there's some big name streamers streaming right now, so we'll see if we get hopefully some people jumping on in our beautiful Calgary to Vancouver flight. It's kind of boring, but I'm going to enjoy it. Mr. Flight Sim Gaming, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, my good friend. Hope you're doing well. We have a bit of a plan, Mr. Flight Sim Gaming and I, for next Saturday. Is it next Saturday? The 17th, whatever the 17th, next Saturday. So keep an eye out for that. We got a plan going on. Gary, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Mr. Simple Takeoff as well on both streams. Thank you so much. I should mention we are streaming on both vertical and horizontal formats. If you guys like the phone, you guys got the phone. If you guys want the horizontal, we got you on the horizontal as well. So I really appreciate all you guys stopping in. And we're gonna get going here. So we'll jump on in. And I haven't really done anything. It's just in a cold and dark start. So what we can do is we can get GSX on the phone here. We can get the boarding started. So they're gonna start. They're gonna start doing their stuff, I hope. There we go. While that's going on, we can jump up to the overhead panel. We can select our battery 1. And a voltage is good. Battery 2. APU bat, and we'll get the external alpha and Bravo power on. Everything nicely powers on up beautifully. Going to the overhead panel here, we might as well get our IRS starting and getting them aligned. So we'll go nav, get the on bat light. We'll wait till that one extinguishes there. Nav. And nav, that's going to go away there. Supposed to hear a sound if I'm not mistaken with that. Maybe it needs AC power on for a while. We'll see. Come back to that one. Anyways, everything else is looking pretty good. We can turn our crew supply on. Overhead panel, everything's looking good as well. This is what we hear the sound for. Let's try the APU again. There it is. We need the AC power on for a little bit. Cool. Yeah, why don't you board everybody? Get everybody on. Sure, you didn't even let me select it yet, but sure, yes, board them. Anyways, everything else is good here. The fuel pumps are all deselected. Our external power is on, but everything else here is down and deselected. Our nav lights can be in the 1 setting. That's good for right now. No smoking lights can be turned on. Emergency lights can be set to armed as well, and we will just leave it like that for the time being. So the overhead panel is pretty much good to go for now. We can jump over to this little... Oh, I'm trying to get to the... There we go. Our resources exceeds the GPU memory. It's only a 5080, guys. I don't know what else I can do. But we're going to go ahead and clear all these warnings. I'm using the Winwing MCDU. Let me go ahead and show you guys here. Mr. Dominic, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. You gonna be flying with us today? So this is the Moza AB6 right here. Move the camera a little bit for you. And we will be getting an Airbus grip for this. And on the left side here, we have the Ursa minor throttle from Wing Control, their MCDU, their ECAM is right up front. Probably can't see it. We've got the PAC 32 panel here with the gear and everything. And then just up there, I'll pan the camera up later. I got the whole FCU setup as well. So I'm going to be typing in everything with this guy. I'll press the init button. Wait for system response. It's always a good idea. I'm going to do request init. It's going to grab all our data. You can see we're going from Calgary to Vancouver. And the alternate of CYYC-CYVR. Actually, I don't know what that is. I have to look that one up. There's the airline right there. Cost is just a 15. Let's make it 50. I'm on a tight schedule. We're cruising at 40,000 feet. It's quite high up there. And before we go any further, let's go ahead and go to the iPad here. The EFB, whatever you want to call it. Payload and fuel. We're going to request... There should be a request button from here somewhere. Import all from SimBrief, and we'll just load it. We'll just load it instantly. So insta-load, and we'll head over here. We'll clear all that. So our fuel is 13. Oh, it's in kgs. Let's go change that. I hate kgs. Settings. Aircraft settings. Imperial. Fast is fine. Auto tiller disconnect. Sure. Rudder control tiller. Yep. Everything else should be good. I think I set the rest of that up. So we should be good to go. Our fuel now is 29,500. And the fuel in the flight plan is 29,500. That makes sense. That all matches. Our min break out of here is 28.4. We've got 1,000 pounds taxi. That's not really that much, but I guess we'll take it. It's good enough for me. Universe, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Screaming my name. Say bye. Dominic says eating dinner right now, so nah, but we'll fly with more. Cool. We got to do some more Apache there, Dom. Unless it ran out of time, but I'll do some Hornet with you as well. But yeah, that was kind of fun last time. We'll reset our standby ADI. Nav, cool. That's always good. We'll go to our next page here, and we're just gonna click the zero fuel weight and CG should auto plan or auto update there, and we got a fuel of 29.5. And we'll enter that in there. Perfect. Let's just make sure that does match. 0 foot of 353. And 353 is what it wants in the flight plan. That all works. It's good enough for me. Go to the flight plan page. Press Calgary at the top left corner. Departure at the top left corner. And let's get the weather for Calgary. It's been pretty bad weather here in the West Coast. It's good now though. Weather's 1605, 6 mile viz, missed few at 600. So we're going to take 17, and I believe the departing runway is 17 left usually. So we'll take 17 left. We're going to be taking the Calgary 8 departure, and we'll insert that, and then we'll click at the bottom left here, destination Vancouver, top right for arrival, and we're going to select, let's see here, Vancouver weather. It's 180 at 3 knots, so it's very light wind. Let's see if they're using, which one would they be using? The 8s or the 2.6s? I mean, it's pretty much straight down the center there. Let me see what other people are doing over here. Put on live traffic. It looks like they're using the 2.6s. So 2.6 right looks like for arrival. So we'll plan an ILS of 2.6 right. ILS 2.6 right, and we're flying the Canuck 6 arrival. And that is going to be via, if we have any here, let me check. I don't think we do. Booth. None. Cool. Insert that. So that's all been entered in. We'll leave it on the perf page. We're going to go back to the EFB here. Charlotte Flights, welcome, welcome. I'll be with you in 1 minute. No worries, Charlotte Flights. Take your time. It ran up, but we can do some Hornet. Yeah, man. The Hornet's pretty sweet, too. How did you like the Apache? Did you like it? Hopefully you liked it. I had fun. I think it's an awesome little helicopter there. Let's do takeoff performance. So we're going to sync the FMGS. We'll sync our weather. It is dry. 1.7 left works for me. Air conditioning on. Anti-ice off is not required. Forced toga is not required either. And there is mist, however. Technically mist. What's the temperature? Let's see what the temp is today. -13. Let's throw it on. Why not? Anti-ice on. Unable to find safe performance. It's a 14,000 foot runway. How are you unable to find it? Oh, you still can't find it. So what did I miss? Unable to find safe performance data. Huh. Nope. That's interesting. I might have to just make it up. Yeah, 17 left should work. It's 14. Look, it's a 14,000 foot runway. Let's turn them all on. Nope. Well, if you guys know in the chat how to fix that, I mean, that should work. It's probably one of the longest runways you can get in Canada, if not the longest. So, feet, inch, pounds. Let's do this. it needs metric. All right, it needs the metric system. Let's go back here. I'm not gonna say that's impossible. Now let's throw the anti-ice on. Let's put it back in metric. Oh, I found a bug. Put it back in that so I can read it. All right. We can either type this stuff in or you can just press send FMS. And it should get sent. So confirm takeoff data. We'll click that. 45, 50, 55. Flap 3 with a nose up of 5.0. Flex of 40. Flap 3 is quite, yeah, it's up there. It's quite a lot. Yeah, it was fun. Cool, cool, cool. I'm glad you liked it. New sub here, bro. You from Canada? I am. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for subscribing as well. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Werewolf in the vertical chat says location. We're in Calgary. CYYC at gate 14 heavy is where we are currently. We're still boarding up. So there's not really a big rush to get anything else going here, but that's pretty much for the most part set. We're going to press secondary flight plan. I'll press copy second flight plan there. Oh, wait a minute. Flight plan, copy active. Now we have a secondary flight plan in case we need that. And I think we can go in it. And winds. We'll do crest on that. If I didn't click it, I'll click it here just to make sure, unless it's already been done. Yeah, it looks like it has everything anyway, so we're all done on that. Let's go ahead and set up the FCU here. So I'll take out the Calgary 8 departure, is what we're using today. tap altitude on that departure is 7,000 feet. So we're going to go ahead and set 7,000 feet. I'm doing this, guys, with the wing control FCU and EFIS panel. You might not be able to see it, but that's what I'm using currently. I turn these lights up here a little bit for me. There we go, so I can see them on my actual panel. I'll turn these ones down a little bit. The heading will be... Oh, we got to go flight director on. So flight director on, and the heading and the speed are both managed. So that's set for us. I do like having constraints both set. So constraints are both set. We're going to go to inch of mercury, and we can either manually scroll this to the right position or just click the B button. And the B button's going to do it for me. That's what I like to do, so it's already set. Yeah, that's it. The FCU is all set up and ready to go. Radio-wise, get rid of this armrest here. It was 18.4 for the frequency here in Calgary. There's no one controlling us, unfortunately, today, so it's just going to be uncontrolled frequency, basically. 18.4. Make sure we're talking on one. We'll scroll the volume up so we're listening on that one as well. Predictive wind shear, go to auto. And we can go number 1 on that as well. Why not? Sure. I like all. And we'll leave that in off for the time being. This is our transponder, so we'll leave that in off. Once we're about to push, we'll go ahead and throw that on. So in-op systems are Cat 3, that's okay. We got 2 doors. Why is an emergency exit door open? Let's go check our doors real quick. Let's close that. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why an emergency door is in use right now. Oh, a little bit of lag there. Oh, it's because they're boarding. They're boarding from an emergency exit. That's funny. Good old GSX. Alright, we're just finishing up on boarding here. I might just tell GSX to go away. Happy New Year also, bro. I'm from Montreal, and you? Oh, nice. I'm from Toronto. I fly to Montreal quite a bit, actually. Thanks for stopping by. If you guys haven't already, please be sure to hit the like button as well. And if you are brand new to the channel and you've never been here before, my name is YourSimCFI. I used to be a flight instructor before and now fly the CRJ 900. So if you guys are interested in CRJ content, I got a lot of tutorials on the CRJ, and we usually stream that as well. But I've been playing flight sim for about 15 years, flying for about 7 of those, maybe 8 now. I guess it's a new year. I don't know, something like that. And yeah, this channel basically focuses on you can usually real world flight procedure type stuff in the CRJ, but try to take it to some of these aircraft as well, as much as I know, and then also into DCS world as well, which I love to fly to. Why are they boarding there? It's good old GSX, man. GSX, I probably didn't load the right profile, but we're probably gonna tell it just to stop boarding, and we'll just tell them to go away. But before we do that, let's go ahead in the overhead panel here, and we're gonna get our APU started. So we'll click the APU master switch. That should pop up. Yes, it does. The APU panel down there. On/R. I wonder if that means reset. That's a very CRJ term. If that is what that means. Press the start button. Give you guys a view out here. You guys can hear all the sounds going on. Don't know why we're getting this resource exceeds. I think this is a Calgary scenery problem because it's not really native to Flight Sim 2024 yet. Sent you a reply in your DM earlier. I don't know if you saw it. I don't think I did. Let me check on my Discord here. Appreciate you guys staying and watching as well, by the way. Oh yeah, I did say yeah. If I'm able to give them up for sure, because I don't need. I'm gonna have like 1, 2. I'll have like 5 throttles at that point, and I don't need that many. I think that's the quote of the year. YYC is still buns for me. Nice. You're also reply. Yes. Yeah. I fly the CRJ900. Where else says engine startup? No, this is the APU, the auxiliary power unit. So this is technically in this case it'd be a 5th jet engine, as you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have a 5th one in here. But this one doesn't provide thrust; it just provides your AC power and air to start the main engines. So now that we have our APU on, our auxiliary power unit, we can tell the airplane I want to extract air from that APU to provide air conditioning and air to the engines to start shortly. And the APU gen should be automatic. So if I click these 2 switches off, right now we're plugged in from ground power. If I take these off, notice the airplane doesn't turn off because the APU is providing our electrical power now. So what I can go tell the ground crew is to remove the GPU. GPU removed. We'll keep the whatever. We'll remove the chocks as well. Well, you can. That's cool. Weathering. A little bit of dirt. Let's get a clapped out A340 as much as we can. Let's go take a look outside if it did anything. I mean, it looks the same to me, but there's probably something that was done. Anyways, let's just tell GSX to go away. GSX, let's see. Integration off. I'll do it like this because I like this style. Yeah, they're only done 81 out of 237. We're not waiting for that. Hello, no, I mean in real life. Yes, in real life. I fly the CRJ in real life. Is my day job. If you check out the channel and go to the shorts, you'll see a lot of shorts of me actually in the flight deck. So, yeah, fly the CRJ900 in real life as my job, not in the simulator. I used to be a flight instructor before that, which was pretty fun. Pretty scary, but pretty fun. Those things are so loud on the tarmac. I could usually hear through hearing protection. Yeah, the APUs are very, very loud. So when you're doing a walk around, make sure you're either, at the very least, covering your ears, or usually the airlines will give you some sort of ear protection. We get these little earplugs that I don't always use. I should, but I don't always use them. So, Sam Guilford, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well, my friend. How's life been? How was your holiday there? Happy Fish says, just wondering, how many hours did you solo at? I'm only at 4 right now, but I do feel like I'm making a lot of progress. Just curious about your experience. Yeah, 4 hours is nowhere near, like, so you shouldn't be worried. I soloed around 15 to 18 area, somewhere around there. I think the national average is somewhere from 15 to like 25-ish, somewhere in there. So I wouldn't be worried even if you go to 30. More experience is not a bad thing. If you're not soloing by, it also depends on your training. So if some people have very sporadic training, where they fly for a bit, don't fly for a bit, and they have like a long progressive training period, that'll lead to long solo time. But if you're training 3 to 4 days a week, you should solo from 15 to 25-ish hours on average usually. So I wouldn't be worried at 4 hours. Just make sure you got your medical covered, make sure you got your P or your depending on what country you're in, but your radio license if you have to do that, and make sure you got your student pilot permit. Carry that with you at all times, because if you have to go solo and you don't have any one of those, you ain't going solo. So make sure you have all that with you, depending on your country. So listen to your instructor, but you should have all your required documents there. Anyways, ground equipment, we're gonna go ahead and close our door, and now that's gonna be all closed. We can go ahead and we go ahead and remove the jetway, maybe, hopefully. There we go. Still not as loud as the brake fans on the A340. Yeah, those things are I haven't actually heard them, but in the sim they're crazy loud. I've never heard the one in real world, unless I didn't notice it. But there's so much noise on a ramp when you're walking around. Oh, okay, good. Hours are hours anyway. Exactly. Happy. Yeah, it wouldn't be too much of a rush to solo. Everyone usually is in a rush to finish and solo and all that stuff. It's obviously necessary, and you're gonna have to do it. But if you're sitting around 25 hours, it's okay too. Like you'll get it anyway. So the jetway's been removed. We got all that stuff covered. Let's go ahead in the overhead panel here, and we're just going to make sure that we're set up to go. So we'll go ahead and select our beacon light on. our seatbelt sign to on as well. Our fuel pumps all to auto because it's an Airbus and it does everything for you. And that is it. At least on the top side. On the bottom side, we can go ahead and turn the transponder to auto. I think VATSIM might want on, so I'm just going to do on for VATSIM purposes. We'll put this on the flight plan page, put that on the flight plan page. I can't speak anymore. Doors are all closed. This looks all good, so yeah, we should, oh, wrong button. We should be good to push here. So let me go ahead and get our V-Pilot up. Oh, it looks like Vancouver went offline, so we're gonna have absolutely no ATC, so that'll be just fantastic. I'll bring the cameras back up for you guys. I'm gonna use the wing control Ursa Minor parking brake here, so I'm gonna pull and release it in a second. We're gonna just call up GSX for the pushback here. Who do you fly for? Also, do you go to college? I went to college. I'm not gonna say what I fly for, but I went to college. Yeah. But thanks for commenting. You don't have to go to a college. It's just the route I did. There's no icing, so no. But there's many ways to get to the job / airline or whatever you want to do. So college is a good route. It's not the only route though. So you can do self-paced, and there's many other ways to do it. Yeah, I only go once every week, but I've done my written already. I can't do more because I'm only 15. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, there's no point anyways. Honestly, in my opinion, there's no point to rush to a solo at 15. In my opinion, there's not even a point to really start until you're like 16 because you can't get licensed till 17. So you'll kind of just be waiting around for a little bit. But I hope you enjoy it. Samsa flew into San Diego on JetBlue a few years ago, and they had the brake fans on. You could hear them from the inside of the jet bridge. That's crazy. Yeah, that's kind of nuts how loud those are. I think some airlines spec them out with it, and some airlines don't. Werewolf in the vertical chat says, you fly into EWR lately? Turboprops are just annoying up close. Yeah, EWR I'm going to next month. We're going on the... Let's see what day I'm going there. I think it is around Monday. Yeah, Monday the 13th. I'll be in Newark, unfortunately. You should set up meet and greet here in Canada, bro. We're follow flight streamers, Captain Canada flight streamer, Flight Skymaster, and other Canadian flight streamers. I'd like to go to one day. Yeah, I'm trying to get Skymaster. We're trying to chill. Mr. Flight Sim Gaming. If you don't know Flight Sim Gaming, he's also local as well. And we're meeting for a stream next Saturday. We're going to be streaming together at my house. Captain Canada I met. He's not in Toronto or Montreal, so I don't know if he wants to disclose where he lives, so I won't say it. But if you go to the Flight Sim Expo, FS Expo, it's going to be in Minneapolis this year. You'll meet everybody there. So I would really highly recommend looking into FS Expo. It's June 12th to 14th, I believe, here. All right, from memory, we need nose left, but let me just make sure. Yeah, nose left should be the only way there, because there is a giant building. So we're going to release the parking brake, pull and release. There's no icing conditions GSX, but okay. They're very ice trigger happy in Flight Sim. I think you're the pilot from American that leaked how much dollar he made. Yeah, no. I wish I was making what he said. Ideally, I get to the point where I can get my check ride done and training completed before 17. Then I can just build more time and start studying for my instrument. Yeah, man. Things will get all figured out. So just stay on the path, keep your medical in good shape, and you'll be fine. If you don't want to say it, I get it. Yeah, no worries, Z-Ray. Most people won't say their company. Just there's no point. If you figure it out, you figure it out. I won't say yes or no, but you'll get a good job sticker if you do, I guess. So we're gonna put this starter switch here in the start position. That's just located just behind the engine start switches. So we'll go start and ignition. I don't know the start sequence on the A340, but I'm gonna go three and 4, and then 2 and 1. And I forget if they do 2 at once or just 1 at a time. I want to say it's 1 at a time, so we're gonna start number 4 first. Oh my gosh, I said nose left, didn't I? That was my fault. You know, that was actually completely my fault. I have a rectification for this, guys. Don't worry. We're gonna finish the push, and I'll just swing us around. This is why I can never be a pushback operator. Not the greatest of sounds out here. Yeah, I know where he's from, I just don't want to say where he's from on stream. Just in case he doesn't want that public. I don't know. Can do that. Well, wait, yeah, the sounds aren't that great. Laggy. I'm just gonna press confirm good engine start now, or have them disconnect, and then I'm gonna spin myself around here. Yeah, my performance in this Calgary airport is not good. I don't think it's the ini builds, because off stream it's fine. I think it's the Calgary airport because it's not native to Flight Sim just yet. Flight Sim 2024, that is. I appreciate you guys watching the vertical and the horizontal stream. So there is 2 streams going on right now. If you're on your phone, feel free to watch the vertical stream. We're going to start number 3. There's a bit of DLSS frame gen behind this person there. Pushback and start it up. Nice, Charlotte. Cool. I'm gonna make a quick radio call. Actually, let me quickly change my vPilot push to talk button here. There we go. It's not working. Huh. Oh, I think it's, I think it might be a me problem. Man, that performance is really bad. Let's go, those are turned on. There we go. Now I can do it. Alright, so, because they have left the aircraft, I'm just gonna quickly do this. No one sees, no one sues. And there. Perfect. Now we're the right way. Look at that. Cool, let's start number 2. How much was this plane? From memory, it was, I believe, 60 US, I think. It's on the marketplace. I bought it in the marketplace because when I bought this, it was only available in the marketplace. I think you can buy it from any builds directly now, which I recommend doing that. And to answer she's question if it's study level, I'm not typing a 340, but I'm going to say it probably isn't. There's very, very, very few simulations in Flight Sim history that's actually been completely study level. When you get to that point. So I believe they have a few failures. There's no circuit breakers and stuff like that, so it's not gonna be there, but it's for A to B flying. I think it's pretty good. I mean, I have fun with it, so I think it's worth it if you want a 340. Is it gonna be Phoenix? It's not gonna be quite to the Phoenix level, or like the IXEG-73 from X-Plane or whatever. It's not gonna be quite to that level, but it's definitely really good for A to B flying, and all the systems work. Like 99% of the people that will use this aircraft will have a high fidelity experience, I guess, because you're not going to do, if you're going to do failures with it, I don't have any experience with it, but I don't think all the failures are modeled. But if you're just going to do A to B with it, you'll have a good time. It'll be good for you. Sam says the FPS. Yeah, I don't think that's the plane, because I got pretty good performance in this airplane, actually, because I did a stream once in Geneva and it was fine. I think it's more the airport. I'm in Flight Sim Studios Calgary, which I don't think is native to 24, and it's pretty bad on a lot of performance. But we'll select number 1. Not much on the sounds either department here. Not getting much of those, but anyways. We need Boris to make a 340 sound pack. We do. We definitely do. They might make one for the A340 600 when Aerosoft makes theirs, possibly. Not sure. Hopefully he does. It's still in the marketplace? That sucks. Yeah, okay, then you're kind of forced to buy it through the marketplace, but if you can get it through any builds, I'd get it through any builds. Not gonna fly with you today. GSX and PMG are both having a seizure. It's all good, man. It's all good. You can even use the pushback tool built into the PMDG. What's your favorite plane of all time? Is the Concorde. I think it's the absolute greatest piece of engineering in the terms of airliners. Mach 2.2, no afterburner required. Carried like 90 plus people, 3 hours to New York in luxury with speed, reliability, except for that little tire burst problem, which was kind of due to another airplane. But yeah, first fly-by-wire aircraft. Technically it's an Airbus as well, by the way. Engine 1 start fault. What do we got here? I had this problem the other day. Let's try this again. Leave it off for a little bit. Number 1. There, see there's no failures? I got one right now. Werewolf in the vertical chat says, get rotated. Do they have the DC-10 on here? They don't. They're working on an L1011 though, I'm pretty sure. Any builds, I think, is working on one. Yeah, you can see we've got nothing. Oh! A little bit of N2, but that's about it. We'll watch that for a little bit here. Looks like a hung start, if anything. Not really a hot start. Concorde is sick. It's awesome, man. Beautiful airplane. Hot Start Challenger 650 for me. X-Plane is the closest I've ever add-on come to closer to real life. Yeah, I've heard that's a really good one, actually. I've never owned that one, but I've heard it's a very good one. Yeah, the pushback tool in PMG wasn't working, and neither was startup. That's good old slew mode, man. Just gonna slew yourself back. That'll work. I know you don't use X-Plane, but curious, what do you think of the Delta Wing RJ? It looks terrible. I've seen streams from it. I offered to help with it, but I don't think they wanted it. But it does not look good. There's a lot of problems with it. Engine 1 start fault. Let's see if there's an ICAS message for that at all. Or a, yeah, it says hung start. Alright, well, let's see if we can throw this in crank. I wonder if that'll crank number 1. Maybe we'll get some of the fuel out of there. Although I don't know how that works in an Airbus term. But hung start basically means that it's usually been flooded. So we're gonna get all the fuel out of there if we can. But I wonder if this is a bug or an actual failure, because I don't believe there's any failures built into this thing. Let's see, situation. Oh, look at that. There's tons of things in here. GPS jamming. That's crazy. There's even bird strike simulation. I'm taking my words back. Let's scroll down a little bit. Fuel indicating reporting. How's that doing over there? Nothing's happening. We're gonna go over to the start. Just leave it off for the time being here. We'll leave it in normal as well for the time being. Flight control, fuel, engine 1 pump. Nah, it's not really fuel pump related. I wonder if I have something bound that's not allowing it to work. Let's reset all those. Maintenance. Brake temps, tire, brake, APU, service engines, just do everything. There you go. Let's see if it works now. We're gonna go to start. And we'll go number 1. That's already climbing a lot faster. That's a good start. Delta Wing RJ, what the heck? That's the company's called Delta Wings Werewolf. It's on X-Plane 12. They have a CRJ, and it's not great. Might do an air start on the engine, like a crossbleed start without the APU. We could try that. Slumo didn't work either. Oh, well, mine works with chase plane. It's kind of weird. Altimeter 2934. Yeah, man, she's pretty low. She is pretty low. Let's make sure we got everything up here. Yeah, everything's set up there. An Airbus is a very automated airplane. For it to not work is either a bug / failure modeling, because you basically put that on start, you push this up, and the airplane takes care of its startup sequence for you. I'm A320, your left. Oh, I see you out there. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we're just trying to get this last engine started here. What's an altimeter setting? Altimeter, this is a barometric altimeter, so this is telling you how high you are. There's the engine one start message. Anyways, tell you how high you are above sea level, and based on the pressure outside, you'll have to calibrate this instrument, and it changes quite rapidly every time you're flying. You're gonna get a new altimeter setting. So right now we're 3,600 feet above sea level. Obviously we're at ground level because we're on the ground, but we're 3,600 above sea level. All IFR and mostly VFR charts are in above sea level terms. So I'm at a loss for this. What we can try to do here, put that on low, although it turns off anyways. That shouldn't matter either, but we're gonna try it anyways as well. That's just the different voltages. That shouldn't matter. Try number 1 again. I wonder if there's a, I wonder if I have like a button or something bound where it's not liking it. Because this shouldn't be a thing here. I wonder if I have like mixture bound or something. Wow, that was a very laggy control menu. Sometimes if you have some weird settings bound, let's check the throttle. Nope. Check the Moza. Nope, let's just do assigned. Autopilot. Oh, alright. Man, this sucks, man. The DCS control mapping is like far superior to Microsoft control mapping. That's all good. Disconnect, flap, spoiler, rudder trim. Why is that mapped? I don't. Oh, yeah, that is, yeah. No, that's supposed to be mapped. Master. Oh, let's see. Let's get rid of that. Yeah. The only thing I can think of is my throttles aren't all the way 0. There we go. There we go. So it's either a throttle wasn't all the way 0, because it's just like a synchronization thing, or it was that toggle start. We're never gonna know, but the N1 or N2 is now rising, so that engine should come up nicely for us here. Go ahead and clear that. Is there a reason why any builds only has A340 in the marketplace? I think they were told, like, this is rumors, is like they had to have something released for Microsoft because they have some deals with them. Other than that, I don't know why. My A330-300 randomly disconnects from autopilot and basically locks me out of using autopilot again. That's very strange. There'll be a lot of reasons why that can happen, but you might want to check again, like my control bindings, maybe your sensitivity in your joystick is setting it off, something like that. They make more money spelling it on. Yeah, they make more money selling it on their website than the marketplace. They don't have to give a Sobo a cut. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they chose to do that. I think they have some sort of deal with Asobo that they have to give it to the marketplace, something like that. That's the only thing I can think of. Manual start time? Nah, it's just a throttle problem. Sorry for asking lots of questions, but what is the difference between N1 and N2? N1's your big fan at the front, so this is your big low pressure fan. If I go to the outside view here, that's the big fan you can see. And then the N2, there's a series of fans. It depends on the engine. Sometimes there could be up to like 16 stages or more of the tiny little fans. Those are your high compressor stage fans. So the N1 will suck in a lot of air. The N2 will compress that air nice and compressed. Then you mix fuel with it, ignite it, and it gets sent out the back. And that's basically how that works. And then most times in these kind of jets, you'll see in the 7.6, you'll have an EPR. They don't really use that anymore, but EPR is engine pressure ratio, which is a different way of basically saying the amount of power output. But anyways, let's get going here, guys. We're gonna get starting late. So max auto brakes on. We'll go ahead and do the APU bleed off, the APU master off. We're gonna go ahead and put ourselves to auto normal. We're gonna go down here and put our ignition switch back to the normal. Our speed brake can go armed, our flaps to the 3 position, and then our trim was nose up of 5, I believe. We'll go check that quickly. Nose up of 5 degree. We're actually pretty much almost there. Do 1 tap up and we're at a 5 degree nose up pitch. There we go. That's all been done. The only thing we got to do is takeoff config. I'll press and hold that down here, and that'll go away usually as we start taxiing. So a quick taxi today. Actually, it's not going to be, well, it's not the longest taxi in the world, but it won't be a quick one. I'm going to take basically hotel all the way down, left turn Juliet up to Juliet Bravo Delta. This could be our taxi. So park and brake off. We'll go ahead and get our taxi light on to taxi. And we can go strobes auto. There already are. Cool. We'll get going here, guys. A little bit of thrust. Sorry, guys, to give you a flap view, actually, of those flaps coming down. But we're going to get moving here. There's Hotel Juliet Bravo Delta. Calgary traffic, Air Canada 2002, taxiing from gate 14, Hotel Juliet Bravo Delta, short 17 left. Calgary. It's almost like I got the brakes turned on. Nope, those are off. She's just pretty sluggish today. We are pretty heavy, I guess. Maybe my takeoff button. Did I? Oh, I didn't plug in my eCam. I'm like, why is my eCam not working? There, we'll click it there. Takeoff normal. There's Charlotte flights right there in the A320. He was short of 17 right. We're going to go all the way to 17 left. That's usually the runway they use for departures. So we'll go ahead and do that. Looks like my wing might strike that. So we might elect to go actually via Charlie here on the right side. This is quite a big airplane, guys. So we're going to elect to take the right, then the left turn there. Man, the performance at this airport is not good. Is that way to build only makes scenery for 24 and 2020 when there are tons of devs that make it for both sims? Probably. Zebra, we kind of keep politics out of here in the chat. What did you expect from plane with 4 hair drive? Yes, that's true. It's a very underpowered aircraft. Flap 3 is quite an impressive flap setting. That's pretty interesting. Just going through my company messages here on the FMS. Got some load sheets. This looks like the Phoenix style, which is kind of cool, actually. We'll go ahead and accept those. It has full ACARs here, so you can request weather and you can do all that kind of stuff. Now, let's see if it works. We'll do weather. CYVR. We'll get the METAR. Oh, let's put that to yes, and we'll send it off. check back in that in a little bit there. That's all good, Zebra. No stress. Yeah, these throttles, man, this stuff is really, really cool. This is all from Wing Control. They have a really cool throttle setup for the Airbus aircraft. This is, of course, for the 320. Works well for the 350 as well, but once you start getting to a 340, I mean, I guess you'd need, like, you need another set of them. But they are very, very, very nice throttle setup. I'm going to turn my cameras off for a second and see if I can plug in my eCam panel here. I thought I had it plugged in. I guess I didn't. Alright guys, so eCam panel works now, so if I click, let's say for example, electric page, oh maybe it doesn't, it just lit up, oh no, it just takes years, okay, that works. So I'll press engine page for example, that works, we'll click the engine page again to go back to the normal, awesome. Alright, well let's check a bit of our flight controls here. I think they would do this at the gate, but that's okay, we'll go full left, and go full right. Go full nose down, and we're gonna hold short. This is runway just approaching here, so we're just gonna make sure that no one is landing, which they shouldn't be. It's a pretty small little runway that no one uses here in Calgary. So we'll get going again. Calgary traffic, it's Air Canada 2002 crossing 11 at Charlie. Oh, where the heck am I going? I went way past where I was supposed to go, didn't I? It's okay. I was trying to plug in my my little eCam panel there. These taxiways are pretty small though. If you think about it, they're not the biggest of taxiways here. So much lag. So what I'm gonna do, this is again, no one sees, no one sues. I just don't wanna I just don't wanna back up again. Nope, I'm gonna go over here. No one sees, no one sues. Once you get to like, obviously this is like sacrilegious to any flight simmer, but once you do this stuff in real life, I really couldn't care less. It's just whatever. This is just a little bit of a video game to me. It's for funsies. See if the lag gets any better. But you talk to any flight simmer and I just broke the cardinal rules of doing on any of that. Oh my god, the performance. What the heck just happened? I put myself on Juliet because I was plugging in my eCam panel. Auto brakes max kicked off, but everything else is good. Yeah, the performance here is really bad. It is very, very bad right now. I'm at 20 frames. That's crazy. I don't think this is an any-built problem. I'm pretty sure this is a Calgary scenery problem, if I'm not mistaken. You don't know it's possible? It's the slew button. You just gotta map slew in the controls of Microsoft. It's been there forever, even since FSX days. It looks like our FCP or FCU got reset. So flight director, that's all set up again, managed. That's all good. Overhead panel is still good. Man, I want to give you guys a good visual experience here, but this game just runs like utter trash. I got 64 gigs of DDR5. I got a 5080 with a 1407K, and this is the experience you get with medium settings, by the way. Medium settings. CRJ videos are clutch. Thank you so much, High Flying. Thank you. Appreciate that. Can you explain altimeters with temperature? Sure. The altimeter is measuring your barometric altimeter, and when it gets really cold outside, the air density changes. So when it's very, very cold, there's a potential, not always, there's a potential for it to read a little, whoa, there goes, there might be Charlotte flights there. There is a potential for it to read a little lower than you're actually, sorry, a little higher than you're actually flying. And in that case, you're going to think you're well above the glide, or your path, but you're actually below the certain path that you're supposed to be on. But that's all theory. I have never actually really seen it in practice, and I've flown to minus, you know, 20s and all that stuff. Looks like our performance kind of got a little bit better there. I don't really know what's happening over there, but we're just gonna we're just not gonna look at it. We're gonna go past here, go to Charlie, and we're gonna take the left-hand turn as my resource exceeds the GPU memory. What's the procedure for slewing the aircraft in real life? You have to get your slewing abnormal checklist, and then you're allowed to do it. Besides the Concorde, what plane do you wish you could fly in real life? Wish in real life? Most likely, so any airplane, it'd be like an F-14 or like an F-22. But like for work as like an airline guy, the 350 is pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie, the 350 is great. The problem with these nice airplanes though is the flights you gotta do with them. The flights you gotta do on a 350 are so freaking long. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm a long haul person just yet. But the 350 is a beautiful airplane. The 87 is gorgeous too. So we'll just call it 350, or you know what? We're gonna say it's 350 or 747. Those are pretty tied to me. Never really cared for the A380. I think it's actually pretty bad. Like, not bad. I just think it's I don't care for it. It's just a big whale. So to me, it's whatever. But the 47 is a beautiful airplane, and the 350 are both gorgeous airplanes. Are there different map modules in FMS, or is it one big art? No, it's one big globe. You don't gotta pay. So DCS does the map structure where you gotta pay per map. That's because DCS has a more in-depth ground-based kind of terrain, sort of for helicopters. But in Microsoft, it's all one big globe. You do, however, usually have to buy custom payware scenery in terms of airports. This is a custom payware scenery. This is Calgary by Flight Sim Studios. You can buy it on Contrail. And if you want, I do have a discount code down below for any Contrail shop. You guys have access to that discount code for Contrail. It is a one-time use, though, of 10%. So make sure you're going to use it on something or a lot of things worth your while. And if you don't buy the custom sceneries, usually the taxiways aren't correct, or it just doesn't look that good. So I clicked the button and I was not supposed to. It's all good, Charlotte Flights, no worries. You can press F1. That'll get you high or lower when you're in that slew mode, and then your numpad, your number pad will bring you around. So F1 should bring you back to the ground, and then the number pad 4, 8, 6, and 2 on the number pad should slew you around. If it's the same controls that I have. My buddy just flew the YYZ to Manila with Philippine Air's 350. 17 hours. Yeah, see, that's nuts. I don't want to do that. That just seems crazy to me. Hi, I recently watched your review of the Moza AB6. How is it holding up? You like it? Any problems or troubleshooting you had to do? Thanks. Hey, well, thank you so much for joining. And no, this is the Moza AB6 right here. It's been solid as a rock. I'm loving it. I just actually spoke with Moza today, and they actually just replied to me. They will be sending me the, actually I'm reading right now, they'll be sending me the MA3X side stick, so we'll have the Airbus side stick to put on for you guys, so we'll be able to take a look at that together. And I think they'll be sending me some throttles as well, so we'll take a look at those throttles they have for they want me to review as well. But no, this thing is completely just a rock star of a joystick. I've owned a lot of joysticks in my day. I've had the Thrustmaster Warthog. I've had the Virpil joystick, which was really good too for its time. I had a long time ago the T-Flight Hota SX, a good 15 years ago now, or whatever it was. This is by far the best all-around combination. I prefer the Virpil grip in terms of its buttons, but I prefer this in its build and like it's just the way it feels in the hand, I guess. Does that make sense? I wish this had one more hat here, and I wish it had that Russian style brake axis, so when you're flying the MiG-21 and DCS you can do that, which by the way guys, we'll be streaming a lot of DCS, so be sure to come check out our DCS streams as well. You guys might enjoy those, but this is fantastic. The only thing I want out of this other than the buttons, the only time I want more power out of this is for the F-16, and that's the only time where the AB-9 I think would be really cool, is because the F-16, it will in real life the stick barely moves, very, very little, and this will try to replicate that, but you can usually pull through it, and it gets really stiff, but you can still kind of pull through it. The AB-9, however, is like rock solid, and you won't be able to move the AB-9. So if you're limited on desk space or where you're going to mount it space, the AB6 is perfect because it's tiny. But if you want to go full, all out, the AB9 is quite bigger of a base, but it has a lot more power. This has 6 Newton meters, the AB9 has 12 Newton meters. But this is a fantastic deal, and we do have a Moza link down below if you ever do want to check it out. I have a Moza review on their yoke and on this AB6, and soon to be more things as well. So be sure to check out the description for if you're going to pick anything up. I would really appreciate that, the support there. The yoke I actually purchased myself, but this was sent to me to review by Moza. Oh yes, I too was looking at the throttle, and it seems very nice. Love the versatility and the throttle handles. Yeah, they look pretty cool, so they should be sending those as well. I'll have a review on those shortly. They don't really take too long to ship usually. By the way, we do have 2 streams going at once here, guys. We have a vertical stream and a horizontal stream. So if you guys want to see on your phone, you guys can check out the vertical stream. But if you want a more horizontal type stream, that is available to you as well. Charlotte Flights is not back. Look behind you. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, there's Charlotte Flights just over there. Alright, let's say we're lining up here. Let's get a little bit slower for this turn. Calgary traffic Air Canada 2002, lining up runway 17 left on the Calgary 6 departure. Or 8 departure. I think it's 8. Anyways, let's get these lights all on. Can't really see it. There we go. Strobes will throw on as well. We'll get our TCAS on, and the transponder was still on, so that's good. We have our takeoff config is okay. We're clear left, and we are clear right. Notice how we got away from the terminal building. The frames got a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's definitely the Calgary airport scenery. The other thing I can't wait for, guys, is to get a tiller so I can steer the nose properly. That would be very, very cool. I was talking with Blackbird, and I thought they were going to send me one, but I don't know if they're still doing that or not. But if you guys are members of the channel, be sure to use your flex emojis in chat. Would really, really appreciate seeing those emojis here. We're about to go on our takeoff here. Beautiful airplane. It's kind of sad that you don't really see too many of these anymore. We'll put our terrain on chat or in here as well, and we're gonna get our wing and cowl anti-ice if I can find where that is. Oh, here. There we go. Probably should have been on actually for taxi, to be honest with you, but whatever. You guys ready to go? Got those flex emojis in chat. I'll give you guys a cool little view here. Got man flex SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. There goes Charlotte Flights in the background there. A very laggy flyby. Alright, let's stay in here because it's gonna, I don't want to break the sim. Let's get back on the center line. We were 300 knots there. huge runway, 14,000 foot runway this is. Or just under. There's V1. Rotate. Tiny pullback on the back stick. We're just going to hold it there. Nice smooth rotation for the A340. Up we go. Gear up. The flight directors are quite difficult to see in the sim. We got SRS nav. And a better view than that. Okay, maybe not. Alright, wants lever climb, so I'm going to nose this down a little bit here. Climb thrust, flap 2. I can't see the flight director at all, guys. This is completely hard to see. Flap 1. It's so hard to see, in fact, I'm just going to zoom in on it. Because I can't see it. There we go. Now I can see it. About to go flap 0. We're going to give ourselves a bit higher to go to. I'll go flap 0. What do you want? Anti-ice wing open on ground. Wing anti-ice off. Alright. Probably has a, there you go. Alright, we'll throw the autopilot on. Autopilot 1. And we're going to go ahead and come down here. We can disarm our spoiler. And we can give ourselves some direct to a waypoint here. So we're going to go direct. Bulk tack. That looks good. We'll insert that. Oh, I didn't click it, did I? Let's shoot again. Direct. There we go. Ah, that doesn't have the insert. It's different in the A340. We've got a beautiful cloud breakout. Beautiful, beautiful departure out of here. Louis, welcome, welcome. A340. Yeah, we're in the A340. Don't stall, okay? Nah, we'll be fine. If anything, we have the opposite problem about the overspeed. But yeah, it's crazy hard to see these flight directors in those clouds. I wonder if there's some sort of like PFD color I can change or do something, because they're very hard to see. That off green on the blue and everything. Looks like I made it a little better. Not much better, but a little better. Because if you go full bright in those clouds, it was very difficult to see. Alright, we'll go ahead and expand our scale a little bit. We're direct Bogota, passing 10,000 feet. So, coming through 10,000 feet, we're out of the clouds for the most part. We'll keep the anti-ice of the engine on just a little bit longer, but what we'll do is the landing light can come off, nose lights can come off as well, turn-off lights can come off. We'll leave the seatbelts on for just a little bit. Check apart on our pressurization. It looks like our pressurizing currently, the cabin altitude of 2,400 feet. So that's going quite well for us as well. And it looks like we're accelerating up to our climb speed for the rest of this. So once we're past this little tiny layer, we'll get our anti-icing on the engines turned off. You're not even landing yet, and you said butter? I don't really understand there, Louis. Don't know what you're talking about. You should try the newly updated 2024 A2A Comanche. Ooh, that's a good one. Keep icing off, see if it even simulates visually. It might. I'm not sure. I think I might have it turned off. The icing effect in Microsoft, and actually in any simulation, but mainly in Microsoft, is completely terrible. The icing is really, really bad in these flight sims. They do not model it properly at all. It's like you'll be in some layer that, you know, it's very rare that icing accumulates very quickly. It can, and I've seen it happen, but it's like every cloud you touch in the sim is like insta ice. That's not really how it works. We'll turn the cameras off there. Calgary traffic, Air Canada 2002 will be last call, 14,000, climbing 400, and we're departing the area to the north direction, the west. Alright, let's go to our Unicom frequency of 122.8. Unfortunately, we have no ATC. See how the FPS is really good right now, guys? So I'm, well, it was anyways. I'm leaning towards believing that it is due to that airport there. The engine anti-ice can come off as well. And we're just gonna nicely climb away. You should try. I read that one. Keep icing off. Read that one too. There are only 70 A340s left flying in the world. Yeah, that's sad. This is a beautiful looking airplane. I saw one when we landed in Dulles, where we parked. There was a 340-600, a Lufthansa. That was a gorgeous looking airplane. I don't know if you like the plane spot, but if you ever do go to Zurich, that plane that place hits the spot with your when they're during rush hour. Yeah, I've seen that viewing area too. I've seen a couple of videos. Zurich looks beautiful. I do want to go there eventually. I don't plane spot as much as I used to, but like I haven't in the last. I go maybe once a year, but I used to go quite a bit. Funny enough, my girlfriend, believe it or not, sometimes says let's go. So I'm like, all right, if you want to go, that's sure. We'll get some food, get some Dairy Queen. Passing 18,000 feet, we're gonna pull on our altimeter knobs to go to standard, and let's not forget about our standby, which is right here. I guess there's no pull, so you gotta manually set it, which is kind of annoying actually. I'm gonna set 2992. There you go. We'll keep the seatbelts on just a little bit longer because this is mountainous terrain. So in mountainous terrain, the wind isn't too high just yet, but sometimes you have a possibility of some turbulence coming off these peaks, so we're gonna wait till we're a little higher here. Beautiful flight though. I mean, look at that, just gorgeous. I've done this. I've gone over these Rockies quite a bit, both me flying and both being a passenger as well. Grandparents flew on A340-600 from Charlotte to Munich on Lufthansa. Yeah, it's a gorgeous looking airplane. 2029, all Lufthansa 340s are going to be scrapped. Wow, you got to fly one. I want to fly on the 747 more than I'd like to fly on one of these, but I'd like to fly on one of these too. Oh, did I miss a comment there? Thanks for catching that, Mr. Matt, in the vertical chat. Is this 2020? Yeah, no, this is Microsoft 2024. The A340 actually only works for 2024. It does. It's not out for 2020 at all. So if you want the 340, you'll have to buy 2024. 2024 is in a pretty good state now, though. It's pretty decent. What I like is Chase Plane finally came out for 2024, and it's really cool as a content creator. You can set up all these views as you can normally, but what you can do is the flyby view. Alright, and you can also press the cinematic button, and now it just goes in this little cool cinematic. Excuse the terrain below, but you can do these cool little cinematic shots. When you're studying for PPL, what do you think was your most helpful resource, like handbook or whatever? When I did it, we have something called pilottraining.ca. That was really helpful. And Sharper's Edge. I crammed those. Did my plane just disappear? My plane disappeared. Let's see. There we go. That's a gorgeous looking airplane. Thank you, thank you. So this is the kind of cool stuff you can get with Chase Plane. Really highly recommend. By the way, guys, the subscriptions have been going nuts, so thank you for all the subscriptions as well. We're passing 14,300. Bandwidth too low, loading time. Okay, great. I only have 3 gig internet speed. I don't know how much more how much more you need. I flew in a Virgin Atlantic A340 600 from JFK to London. Virgin Atlantic, they don't have those still? I don't know if they even have them anymore. A340 600 is massive. Yeah, it's super long airplane. I think the only thing that's longer than it is the 74-8, right? Pretty sure. The 600 is massive. Well, not too much longer, guys, and we're going to be setting up the approach information. But that's chase planes, so pretty cool stuff there. So you're starting to get rocked up here a little bit of the clouds. We'll keep the belts on a little bit longer. Question about constant speed propeller. Oh, this is where you're going to lose me. So I didn't do too much of this. So when you know a fixed pitch is direct drive from the crankshaft, the propeller is the same with the constant speed, or how does it work? No clue. Couldn't tell you. I never instructed on one. I don't think I even flew one. No, I did. I flew the Seminole, which was constant speed. But the inner workings and mechanisms is so far gone now. It's been about 3 years since I've touched a prop, and about 5 since I've touched a constant speed. What is AC getting? A321 XLR? That's a great question. No idea. Couldn't tell you. Apparently we got a company message. Let's go down here and see what we got. Cool. We didn't get that weather we requested, I don't think. I'm gonna go take a look. Yeah, I don't think we got that weather. Wait, I wonder what this does. Here's a question for you guys. What's the lowest altimeter setting you guys ever seen? Either flying real life or in your sim. I'll give my answer after. I was shocked. And it goes... yeah, anyways. You guys give me whatever yours was. So you don't lose the knowledge and eventually... so you don't lose the knowledge and eventually... Dang it. If you're saying if I don't, I definitely do. You don't use it, you lose it. But I never really got in too much in the constant speed. I did about 8 hours on the twin, and then maybe another 7-ish, 10 for the IFR portion of the twin, and that's about it. After that, instructed on the 172, and then went jets. So I'm all jets. I'm all jets except for the Winnipeg Jets. Alright guys, I'll just quickly go to the bathroom, but we're climbing up to 40,000 feet at Mach 0.8 so far. Your control. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Steps is 2897. The sim flying near one of the hurricane's coast near Florida. Yeah, that's pretty low. So that's pretty close to mine. Mine was 2889. And that was flying literally just on the east coast of US Canada area. There was nothing specific going on. It was just that low. 2889. It's actually I think it was my third flight. I think it was my very first flight on the CRJ ever, actually. It was that low. It's too bad we lost our ATC into Vancouver. Let's see, it's been pretty smooth for the most part. We got 30 knots on the nose. Look at those beautiful mountains going below. This sim is gorgeous. There's a lot of problems, but gorgeous isn't one of them. It has 99 problems, but gorgeous ain't one of them. That's a problem. You'd think that'd be louder. Really do appreciate you guys stopping by, though. Our sub count is going nuts. We got 14,319. I know you guys mainly come for the CRJ streams, but we'll be doing those again. Just gonna give some Airbus love here and there. Especially with the cool Moza side stick coming. I'm very excited for that. Airtones, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Well, hello there, he says. Guys, if you guys want to check out a cool streamer, go check out Airtones on his channel as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're just in the beautiful A340. can go ahead and do the belts off at this point. Should be smooth enough. Belts auto, actually, anyways. And we're doing some old style Air Canada looking stuff. Isn't that a nice livery? Nice and classic. Not too classic, but just classic enough. That might be a screenshot. Actually, what makes it better if I go this button, and I'll go drone focus to auto, bring that up to 50, close that away. That's the wrong button. Does this look this beautiful for you guys, or just on my screen right now? I'll try to go to the wing if I can here. Shaq, I'll get to your question in just a second. Oh, that's kind of cool. Shaq asks, can you explain how vertically developed clouds develop instead of just flat stratus? So flat stratus clouds will usually appear when the air is very calm, or it's a stable layer, usually found in high pressure. Usually the air is descending air instead of rising air. But you'll start to find more of these. There's a lot of factors of what can make clouds vertically develop, but usually what the main factor is usually one of two things. Making one thing is you have a lifting agent, and that can be caused by many things. You can have wind hitting a mountain and sending that air up. So advection, I believe it's advection forming, if I'm not mistaken. You can have just the sun beating down on the ground, changing the temperature, and hot air rises, so you can have that as lifting agent. So very hot climates can cause that. And the big one as well is low pressure. Low pressure is ascending air. So basically when you have clouds forming and you have a lifting agent present, usually the daytime heating is a big factor in that too, with the temperature change. That is what's going to cause the cloud to rise. So you can kind of think the clouds are being pulled, it's being pulled up, you know, almost like a string is pulling it. Or you can also look at clouds, and if they're being in the sim it's kind of hard to tell, but if they're elongated to like one side, for example, you can say, oh, the wind is going from, you know, right to left because they're being pulled that way. So usually that's how it's made, but I'm not a meteorologist, but that's the way I understand it. There's Alt Cruise Armed. It's a very, you know, for being underpowered, it gets quite high. Alt Cruise, Alt Star, I should say, Alt Cruise Star. There's our equi-time point. I think I've asked this in the chat before, but we're gonna go. We're gonna do a little trivia on what is equi-time point. How's the performance in this hog? Actually, the 340 is not too bad. You can, I mean, it's going to be bad as I say it now, but it's not terrible. What I was having a big problem in Calgary, in the Flight Sim Studios Calgary, which is not meant technically, I guess, for 2024. It was hogging down there. But once I got away from the terminal, it was fine. But the airplane itself isn't too bad. It's better than on launch, for sure, at least for me. Got another company message. Oh, that's cool. So you can spit that data out. That's kind of cool. We'll do that for next time. Let's do next page. Is there a landing page? That's Toga. Trying to change it to an arrival, but might be a way to do it. I'm just not sure. Oh yeah, wait. It says departure though, so that doesn't make sense. Charlotte Flight says, "Can you see me in the distance behind you?" Probably. Maybe. Let's see if the draw distance is paused there for a second. Whoa, wait a minute. That looks fantastic. I have to pause there. Print screen. Screenshot of that. I'll post these in the Discord for you guys. If you guys are not part of the Discord, do be sure to join. And you will see this picture in there. That's a beautiful looking one. Probably gonna be the lowest. It's a 320, so it shouldn't be up here at 40. Look at those better contrails, look pretty cool. I don't quite see you, but it's probably the draw distance of the sim. No worries, Shaq. High humidity here, Florida causes our CBs, especially in summer. We get those big thunderstorms in the afternoon. Yeah, down there we get some massive storms. We get some pretty big ones here, but nothing like the nothing down south. It lacks power, but makes up for it in plenty and beauty. That's it, man. Stunning. It's a beautiful airplane. I'm gonna post these pictures here in the chat or in the Discord. So go check out the Discord. Man, we should have flew to Seattle. Seattle has a bunch of ATC on there now. Alright, it is now posted in the screenshot section of the Discord. The last one I think is my favorite. Sorry, I missed a comment on the vertical stream. Raka says, "Sir, I don't know what happened. My MSFS 2020 can't play, just only stuck in loading screen." I had that problem too. Hopefully you're still here, Raka, but I've had that problem as well. Honestly, I've given up on 2020. I had to do a full Windows reinstall to fix that problem. I did 3 days of troubleshooting, like massive rabbit holes. Such a big rabbit hole, I needed like an excavator to get down there, but nothing worked. So I just reinstalled Windows and it fixed it. But honestly, 2020 is a thing of the past to me now. I'm all about why is this thing gunning towards the speed here? I'm all about 2024, to be honest with you. I'm gonna bring the thrust back. Let's disconnect the auto thrust. Let's bring that back just a wee bit. Well, we're gonna CRJ this airplane a little bit here. Not too much, because we're up high, and once you get slow up high, it's very hard to get fast again. We're going to re-engage the auto thrust, and we're going to put it in the climb detent. There we go, Mach. I wonder if that happened when I moved my seat. I don't know. Whatever. Good we caught it. But Raka, thanks for the question. Thanks for stopping by. Simple Takeoff says, "It really is use it or lose it. I've already forgotten some of the met knowledge from PPL." Yeah, man. If you don't touch it, it's gone. Your brain just deletes it. It's not... You have... Because once you start studying aviation, there's so much aviation knowledge to be known. First of all, you're not going to know everything. And secondly, when you start learning more stuff on top of your bucket already being full, it's already... it's going to start getting deleted, so... I'd love to say I could show you everything. I can't. There's a lot of stuff I can show you. But when I start talking about props and all that kind of stuff, it's gone. She gone, for the most part. Let's start setting up our Vancouver stuff. So, let's see if there's anything here for weather. Got landing performance. We'll start with that. We'll sync air select airport. CYVR. Wait, I guess I can do sync FMS. There we go. 26 right is what we're taking, yes. And we will sync all that. Auto brakes. What about medium? Alright, well the land distance available is 10,005. We're using 6,000 of that. Let's try low. 8,000. Let's do medium. I like medium. Land technique will be manual. Reversers will be a yes. Configuration of full. V pilot. I've never heard of a V pilot nottage. I guess they're saying if I want to add any speed to their VREF speed. Let's go see if this number is actually correct. So they're calling for a 466 landing. We're going to be landing with 13,000 pounds of fuel on board. We'll call it 13.4 is what it says. In it, next page. Why is that not allowed? Why can I not go to the second page? Huh. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to access that, but anyways, we'll go to the flight plan. I'm going to find my 0 fuel weight, and I'm going to add my predicted landing fuel on top of the 0 fuel weight. So we're going to weigh 0 fuel weight is 353,642 plus 13.4. Landing weight of 353. That doesn't make sense. Wait a minute. 353, 642 plus 13,400. We're going to weigh 367. 367 on landing. I don't know where it's pulling 46 over here. 367. So there we go. Yes, that makes sense. Now we'll calculate that. Oh, maybe I have to type it in their format. 367.3 67. We'll do 0.1. Pounds, inch, yes. Sync. No. Stop. 367.1 down. Compute. Perfect. That makes more sense. Low auto brake. That's perfect. So we're going to select our low auto brake. I've done that with our wing control auto or 32 pack system, which is pretty cool. Alrighty, press this. I would like to get a weather though. Wish they had like a weather tab on this. That's cool. You can do all that here. Anyways, we'll get the weather from from Navigaph here. Weather down there is 100 at 5 knots, 20 mile viz, broken 6,000 feet. Temperature and dew point, though, are the same, 6 and 6. That can be a cause for concern, but it's pretty late down there in Vancouver. We're not flying on real time, so it's pretty late. Usually at nighttime, it's pretty cold, colder, so a lot of vertical development and cloud forming is kind of gone. So put it on here. Press performance, press next phase. Next phase. 2955 is the altimeter setting. Magnetic wind of... That's true wind. We're just going to call it 90 at 5. $6 and the barometric barrel alt will be set to, let's see, charts approach should be the ILS 26 right. We're going to take at 209. Alrighty. VAP of 133. We'll make that a big number. And let's see here. Let's go to the star. Lowest in the star is 4,000. But the sector altitude is 7. So let's go down to 7,000 for the time being. And we can fix as needed. So 7,000 is set there. And basically we're going to wait till this little line here, our top of descent marker. I like to wait till it gets to about the 5 mile ring, and then I'll press my descent button, which is just this knob inwards, and I'm telling it to go managed, and it'll do basically VNAV descent. A feature of the CRJ, some have, but most don't, and when it does have it, it's not good anyways. Yeah, Sam, yeah, it was kind of weird. Should I chat with one of those ADF intercept questions? Go for it, man. I'm all game. I'm ready for it. I'm going to draw it in my brain. We're ready. More at rudder, 2089. Are we there yet? No. No, we're not. How's your arm? Why do we care about true airspeed? It's really mainly only really used for flight planning, to be honest with you, but it gives you an idea of how fast you're going and you can compare it to the wind. Other than that, we don't really reference it all that much. At least I don't. It's probably someone smarter who does. But you can use it in climbs as well to see what kind of performance you're getting. But mainly used in the flight planning scenario. As this is your airspeed corrected for temperature and pressure, if I'm not mistaken. You guys are pulling me back to PPL days here. I don't like this. Alright, here comes our top of descent. Just coming through about the 10-mile marker. You see me in the distance? Cool, cool, cool. That light for a long hauler? Yeah, we're pretty light. We're only doing an hour and a half flight, so. Alright, we're gonna press the descent button here, guys. So we're just gonna push this knob in on my autopilot panel. Boot. You see the dot appear. We got Mach and descend green. So it's gonna start descending us on the vertical profile. And right now it's targeting 9,000 feet, as that's the first restriction on that star. Above 9 at GoPad and above 9 at Stave, max of 230 knots. So it's going to start doing that. Let's just make sure that at Stave it does have that speed, 230 knots, and it has us passing there at 10.6, which is between this restriction. And then, oh, I think I went the wrong way. There at GoPad, at above 9, it's 9.4. Perfect. Should work out quite well. A340, let's see if you execute it properly. Morris says, love a good game of stump the jump. Wrists confirmed broken. I told you, man. I told you, if it's throbbing, it's a broken. I told you. You're all making fun. If you ever get throbbing pain in your bone, it's a broken bone. Okay, you're heading 030 relative bearing on a fixed card. Oh gosh, ADF shows 320. What is the heading you should fly to intercept a 360 bearing outbound at a 30-degree angle? Let me get Paint 3D open real quick. Heading 030. Wait, you're heading 030 and relative bearing on a fixed card. That's kind of counterintuitive. Is my relative bearing 030 or my heading 030? But whatever.
Air Canada 1234 descending to
why do you use pressure altitude for density altitude calculations and not the actual current altimeter setting? Well, basically you take the pressure altitude and then you apply a temperature and it basically becomes a density altitude. But it just has, you have to walk it up from step to step. More I got magnetic heading plus relative bearing equals magnetic bearing to station. I got 170 to magnetic bearing to station so far. 030 relative bearing, fixed card ADF shows 320. So it's just off to your left, basically. Let me go back inside here. Make sure we're all descending properly.
Air Canada 1234. We have your side Air Canada 2002.
Roger. My answer is 30, simple takeoff. I'm probably wrong. Let's see how this airplane's doing on speed. She is cruising on down. 3,000 a minute. She's doing CRJ numbers. She is doing CRJ numbers. I got a traffic RA from Charlotte flights. Technically, you're supposed to follow that, but in Simland, we ain't gonna do it. I've also found that the TCAS RAs are a little. I mean, look how far he is. They're a little interesting. But Charlotte, you might want to take a right turn, just back off a little bit, because we're going to have to land soon. So we can't be too close together because you have to give it a little bit of spacing so we can both land and exit the runway properly.
We're at 27,000, 1234.
Eric Thomas said, I got accepted the pathway, by the way. Oh, cool. What pathway? Congratulations. Oh, we got some clouds coming up ahead. They look pretty popcorny. Put the seatbelt sign on. Why not? There's constant TCAS RAs.
1234 is doing a holding pattern to space between 2002.
Awesome, thanks. Check that vertical chat out. Oh, go in there, sweet. CYYC? Nice, man. Congrats. Enjoy it. Alright, we're coming up into these puffy stuff. What's the temperature out here? It's actually sat at minus 40, but it's going to start getting warmer. So we'll throw the engine anti-ice on. I don't know what the wing comes on at. They might have the same kind of temperature thing as the RJ does. No idea. But we'll just throw it on. Be safe than sorry. And we got the wing and engine anti-ice on. It's nice. You always want to get that on before you enter the icing conditions. And as you see, we got lower. The SATs changed, so we're all good. We're doing good here. I would agree. I was excited when they got back to me super quick too. Yeah, man, you're gonna love it. It's the Sky. They fly the RJs, right? CRJ. Pretty sure. You'll have a blast. You'll have a good time, especially if it's your first jet. That's always a fun one. think they visually checked the probe on the windshield for permission to turn on the wing anti-ice. That sounds pretty dumb. That's interesting. Could be. The whole point of an anti-ice, though, is you have it on before it starts icing. So if you have ice starting to form here, I mean, might be a little late. That's my opinion. I don't know. Now, if you have de-icing systems, I can see that. Like the Q400, you'd get your... you can check if it's forming, and if it's forming, you blow it off with the boots, but... I wonder if that's a bug. I got terrain on ND, that's blank, but this one has it. Let me click this side. What? Or you just turn it off. Alright. There's a transition. 2955. And we're not going to forget about our third friend. I already did it. Sweet. Thrust descent. My answer to your question, Simple Takeoff, is 20, 020 degrees. I misread your question there. I thought you had said your relative bearing and heading is 030. I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't really make sense, but I caught on there. Relative bearing of 320 with a heading of 30. 30 plus 320, 350. You wanted a 360 on a 30 angle, plus 30, 350, 020. That's what I'm going with. I'm sticking to it. Stave is below 12, above 9. The reason we're seeing these here is because we have constraints turned on. If you turn that off, they all disappear. But I like to see it. So... I believe it's a small surface, so it might catch the ice. It would catch before, but Moore says we normally don't need to use wing. Can't speak for 340, but ours just don't ice up. Very rare for auto to kick the wings on, but that might be due to our sweep angle. Yeah, the RJ has that design too. Above 230 knots, they say it doesn't actually accumulate ice. We put it on just for descents, just for out of safety purposes, but it wouldn't actually really need it. But the RJ wings are quite sweeped as well. The 47's quite sweeped too. 330 heading? I was completely off. Oh well. I got close for the first little bit. Oh, you know what? That actually does make sense. If I got to throw 350 to the station, then I need to do more. Yeah, that makes sense. I should have just minus that added. There we go. I'm back to my CPL standard. I'd probably fail a CPL exam. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'd have to talk to a 340 guy. Are they as sweep? I mean, they're quite sweet. They're sweet, but I think the 47 might be a little bit more. I'm not sure. That's a cool picture. Look, Freaks See around. We're just on 22.8 right now, but we're going to be switching over to CTAF Freak, which is going to be .CTAF-CYVR 18.7. Up there. The 747 has the second highest sweep angle of a civilian jet. The Citation X has a bit more. Really, that's pretty impressive. 37.5 degrees. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't even know what the RJ one is. All I know is it's above 230 knots because of the sweep. They don't accumulate, or it's very hard for them to accumulate ice. But for descents, we still turn it on just as like a precautionary. Just, you know, why not just turn it on, be safer than sorry type thing. So that's what I'm doing here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, that shouldn't be red terrain. I mean, it's a below 12, above 9. That shouldn't be red. Red should be at or below. That means that terrain is at and above you. So that doesn't really make sense. That should more likely would have been yellow, I'd imagine. Maybe. But maybe I'm wrong there too. What effect does the dihedral on an aircraft instead of anhedral have for light stability? That's a simple Takeoff's question. He just finished, he's doing his CPL stuff right now. What's the difference between anhedral and dihedral? All I know is for anhedral, it's very good for keeping your engines up high, away from all the crud down low if you're gonna be landing in dirt strips and that kind of stuff. Anhedral is actually a very, very strong type of airframe as well. You'll see all the cargo aircraft as anhedral aircraft. C-17, Antonov, you know, C-5. Those are all anhedral. So probably got a lot of. It's probably very good for weight distribution and structural integrity, I'd imagine. But it doesn't really leave much room for flex of the wings, so it might ride out a little hard. But those are pure guesstimations. Got 11 of you guys in the vertical chat and 14 of you guys in the horizontal. I really appreciate that. Alright, the next one is going to be above 7 at Moza, so we're going to do the next restriction at 5,000. So I'm setting 5,000 there, 5,000 is set. Still targeting 9, because that's what it needs to do, above 9. We've already slowed for 230. Speed air at waypoint stave. Alright. Extend speed brake. Alright. We'll give you a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. That's max brake. That, oh, it takes a while. I was gonna say that doesn't look that much. Let's get the flight recorder on. Yep. Get rid of your spoilers there. We'll arm the spoilers as well. Might as well at this point. So we've got seatbelts on smoking, ground spoilers armed, and the wing anti-ice and engine anti-ice are on currently. We're continuing our descent to 7,000, which I have bugged to 5, so it's targeting 5. Next one's 4 at Greg. I'll just do 4 there as well. And we're approximately, if I had to roughly guess, it's a 30-mile. Vancouver air traffic, it's Air 2,000 to 8,000, sending via the Canuck 6 arrival. We're approximately 40 miles to the north, and we're planning ILS 26 right. Vancouver. CRJ 25.5. There you go. Yeah, I wonder what the A340 is then. We can kind of compare the two. They look sweet, but maybe because of the sheer size of the airplane, it doesn't look that sweet. But I'm going to turn this terrain off because it's giving pretty false information. Yeah, I mean, I could turn it off if you guys want to see the beautiful approach. This is a gorgeous approach. Maybe we'll break out. The clouds are 60-something, 6,300, 6,500. So hopefully we'll break out here soon. Give you guys a nice cool view. I've done this approach in real world. It's actually pretty cool. You come right through a valley. It's pretty insane, actually. Didn't hear anybody on ATC there, so... Or on the good old Unicom Freak. Extend speed brake. Alright. Unarm that. Get the cameras up for you guys. You guys have a cool show with the cameras. Finding data saying around 28 for the 340. So there you go. Probably has the same icing conditions then. Or, non-icing, I guess, conditions.
Canada 1234 is, at 8,000 and will be approaching for 17.
What if there's a certain speed that'll get affected? White spoiler deployed? You wanted it. You don't want it anymore? Alright. Go back and arm it in case I forget. Alright, 4,000. Next one is 20. Let's just bring this down to 3,000 feet then. I didn't give you guys an ILS approach, but it should be visual backed up by an ILS, but we'll see coming out of here. Actually, we'll leave that at 4,000 there. And Goreg is a good 13 miles away, so what we can go ahead and do is we can put our landing symbology up. There you go. And not until 12.5 back from IRD we will actually intercept the path. So we're going to have a little bit of time. Let's start getting a little slower here. I'm going to go flap 1. And I'm going to take manual speed control. Go down to about 180 there. We'll do 190. Even 200 works too. Alright, we're going to press the approach button. And that's going to arm our localizer, and it's captured a loc. It's also armed a glide slope. Vancouver traffic, Air Canada 2002, turning 14 mile final, ILS 26 right, Vancouver. Alright, Alt Star speed. Flap. Ado? Nope. You didn't see anything. Flap 1. We're good with flap 1. Just for a little bit. Here's the glide slope coming on in. Alright, flap 2. Get our landing gear down. I'm running CRJ numbers, so gotta forget this. Their Sherpin's a lot bigger. Look, glide slope captured. And the missed approach. Turn 3,000, intercept, shuttle climb when we're there. So we're gonna go missed approach of 3,000 feet a set. Alright, we'll give you guys a cool view. And we'll do a flap 3. And we got managed speed back selected as it's activated its own approach sequence since we've intercepted the final there. And we're going to do our final flap selection here in just a second. What's the temperature down here? +3. I'll keep everything on. Whoa, lag. Alright, flap full. By the way, guys, this is the Moza AB6. Moza is sending me their Airbus side stick to put on this, so we'll have that hopefully on review and on stream for you guys pretty shortly. But for right now, we're using the fighter type style. Oh, there we go. Alright, quick little tiny landing checklist. We got the gear down, auto brakes are set, spoilers are armed, belts are on, landing lights. We can turn all this anti-ice off now. Landing lights can come on, if I didn't do that already. There we go. And we're good to go. Yeah, these flight directors are quite hard to see in the sim. I wonder if I lower the brightness. Just the contrast between, like, when it goes bright, that flight director is gone. I guess that'll have to do. Anyways, we go autopilot disengaged. Oh, I think my button is mapped incorrectly. Let's do it like that. I'll move my seat back a little bit. This being an Airbus, though, it is a very it's a very stable airplane. So very small movements I really have to do to fix this. I found that flaring around 25 to 30 and idle by 20 is pretty decent in this thing. Got a lot of lift, a lot of airplane here. Let's start my flight recorder before I forget. There we go. Let's start that. Simple takeoff's calling a minus 182. Has a lot of faith. Vancouver traffic's Air Canada 2002 5-mile final 26 right Vancouver. Actually a 7-mile final, but whatever, close enough. Close enough. Might have to add a little bit more tension. I wonder if I have the ability. Let's go autopilot 1. I'm gonna go to the Moza software really quickly and load up my other profile. There we go.
Air Canada 1234 is
Autopilot disconnected.
landing on 26 right.
That's better. Click, click, click. Check stable. Yeah, guys, I can't wait till the Airbus side stick gets here. It'll be really, really cool to look at. So basically, it's basically just a grip attachment. So you unscrew this, you put the Airbus stick on, and you're good to go. Now, people are complaining because Moza only makes a right side stick grip for the Airbus. Just so happens it works quite well for me because I'm in a right side setup. So. We got a tailwind about 3 knots. I don't know the limitation on this airplane. It's probably about 10 knots. Most aircraft are 10 knot limitation tailwinds, but don't know what it is. I'm sure it's not 3. Now it's 4. Oh gosh, go around. Well, it's one of those ones that counts on everything. Land green. Check. It's gonna count every 100 altitude here. Now, what to trust, Pappy or glide slope? I'm kind of going towards. Actually, look kind of good together. Actually, they're actually almost on the ball. This is Flight Sim Studios, Vancouver. We're landing. Not too good. Not too bad. I was gonna say not too good. Not too bad. Walk that nose on down. Oh, I shouldn't have pressed that. There's a lot of lag. Coming through 60 there. Oh, I really want to make that exit. Okay. I was gonna hammer on the brakes, but we're not gonna do that. We'll be good. Man, these throttles are so cool. They're really, really cool. If you have the ability, be sure to buy the wing control throttles. They're freaking fantastic. I appreciate that. We're exiting now, so it should be exited in about 20 seconds for you. Excessive helium problem, Shaq. I'm here to say, my opinion is no. This airplane does not suffer from the helium problem that the other aircraft do.
It's on a 15-mile final, 26 right.
Okay, let's start getting slow. It's gonna be a pretty tight left turn for an airplane this size. Let's go ahead and stop the recording. Mike says, let's go, minus 150. That's not bad, right? Well, that's pretty decent. Don't really focus on the numbers too much, but... Oh, don't crash, thanks. Vancouver traffic, Air Canada 2002, clear, 26 right. I think I'm taxiing into the grass right now. I can't really see. That's the problem with this view, is I can't see where I'm going, but it looks freaking fantastic. Here, I'll just do this. There you go. No one sees, no one... Oh my gosh! Don't do that. Don't do that in slew mode. Let's go back. I'm just gonna turn myself at this point. I love that view, but I can't taxi. Alright. Alright, we're back. We're back. No one sees, no one sues in Flight Simulator. That's how it works. We're gonna catch Charlotte's landing here. Although my performance is not that great down here either. But I think it's better than Calgary. Calgary is really bad. But this view is beautiful. I need someone to like do a shared cockpit with me so they can taxi around. And then I can just like watch it. That'd be nice. Or like do this little cool like cinematic view. The Aviator, hey, welcome. Good evening, sir. Just in time. What a mess coming out of LAX tonight. Oh, is there an event going on? Oh yeah, let me cast a landing. Forgot about that. Where is he? I think he's still coming on in. Well, while he's doing that and I'm lagging out, go to landing light off, please. There we go. Off, 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 off. We can go ahead and start the... You know what? We're going to leave everything configured. It breaks out because of the slew mode. We're going to leave everything configured and flaps full, and it's going to look really weird, but we're going to go straight to the replay, and then after we're done the replay, we will go ahead and taxi and shut down and all that kind of stuff. So, or should we do it properly? I don't even know where they would park here, to be honest with you. I saw it, I'm suing. That's it. Keith, welcome. Hey, 2 suggestions for you. 1, clean out your cache. 2, lower your texture resolution. 1, setting 16 gig not enough for ultra. Yeah, I'm on high. I could try the cache though. That might be a good idea, but I'm on high textures right now, not ultra. But I'll try the cache. We've upgraded to a 5080, and it's quite sad that this sim still can't utilize it. Possible body deviation, I do with you. Don't think so. Just a ton of people flying between LAX and Los Angeles, San Diego with only center online. That's crazy. Yeah, that sounds like a fun time. Where is he here? I can't see it. Did he already land? Oh my gosh. What I think it is as well, Keith, is this airport is meant for 2020 and not for 24. So there's going to be lots of problems with it. I'm just going to stop right here. And we'll see if I can catch him land here. I'll set the parking brake. Shouldn't do obviously this in real world, but whatever. Is it a shared cockpit? Yeah, I don't think it works, but it'd be cool if it did. Don't see anybody else. Let me check the map real quick. Oh, he's still coming in. All right, he's about a 6 or 7 mile final. Cool. He's just working his way down there. I would slew to the runway. There he is right there. But the last time I did that, the sim crashed. So I'm just gonna chill. Thank you for all the subscriptions, by the way, guys. We went from 14,003. I forget where we were, like 15 or something. We're almost at. We almost like. Gained like 15 subs this stream, maybe even more actually. So I appreciate you guys watching and subscribing. I know you guys like the CRJ content, but I'm loving the A340 currently. And I'll be doing some more Airbus streams. We've got an A320 streamed planned with Mr. Flight Sim Gaming. He'll be coming over, and we'll be doing a shared stream together at my house. We'll do a leg each, and then I got a 350 planned stream as well planned soon. The cache files clean out help some stutters for me. Okay, cool. How do you? Where is that? Just in the is like, do you like repair through the Xbox app, or do I have to go through the files where it's the directory file and actually manually clean it out? Thanks, Keith. By the way, DirectX and Sim Cache.
Canada 1234 is on about a 4-mile final for runway 26 right.
Cool, awesome. Good calls as well, Charlotte. Nice one. It'll come out at some point. There is a way, but we need to need Phoenix 320X or A320X or 319. Okay, that'd be cool. Zelda, hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. We're just watching Charlotte Flight's landing here. Whoever's still here, watching Charlotte Flight arrive with his A320, and then we're gonna be doing some replays for you. You guys know the drill. I barely shut down in the sim. I can't be bothered to taxi back. But we'll do some replays. In the NVIDIA folder. Oh, okay. Should I do an NVIDIA? I guess NVIDIA cache clean is what you're talking about. Oh, I could do that for sure. There he is. I believe he's in the Phoenix 320, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Mike, we might be able to get together and try some stuff. I'd love to get the CRJ to be multi-crew, but I've tried that many times, and it's just not worth it. Good night, brother. It was awesome being able to stop and see you. Thanks, Airtones. Thanks for stopping by, and be sure, guys, to go check out Airtones' channel and Simple Takeoff's channel as well. Go be sure to hit him up, give him a like, give him a sub. Tell him I sent you. Pretty little excessive a descent rate going on, but we're starting early flare there. Schwap! I don't know if that was a good representation of what happened. Sometimes the VATSIM doesn't correlate with what actually happened. But it was definitely an arrival. Look at the water spray coming up. That's cool. As it laggily flies by. Alright, let's go ahead and leave VATSIM alone. We're going to disconnect from that. And we're going to get to the part where it always crashes my sim, which is the replay. So let's give this a shot. Oh, the greatest song ever. What are you talking about, bro? Park brake off. There we go. Alright, that's all you needed. Put that in the climb thrust area. Alright, we're gonna press pause. We're just gonna slowly bring myself closer to the runway so I don't. Whoa, what? Listen. Alright, stop here on there. We'll press this, we'll press this, we'll press that. My brakes are like red from that slew mode. Man, it's so laggy. Oh my god. These replays kill my game. I don't know what I gotta buy. I guess a 5090 or something. Christian, have a good night. Thanks, Simple Takeoffs. Hopefully, we'll chat tomorrow and we're able to hang out. And thanks for stopping by as usual. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, nice little landing there. Yeah, I do love chase plane though. It's really, really cool. I'm actually not in a state, Mike. I'm in a province. That gives you a hint, maybe. Give you guys a tower view. With one gear because it can't load the other one because it's too much. I got a 4090 and 14th gen Intel CPU. How do you find that, Sam? Now it's an A330. There's A340. Nice always feels a bit of an upgrade from the Q. Yeah. I went to CYYJ to CYVR today in CRJ. Funny you say. Oh, are you talking? You might be talking to Zelda there. In the sim, that is. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, the CRJs. I really wish we can get someone who wants to make like a high fidelity RJ, because that's just not what Aerosoft's. They're not really going for that. But I'd love to get someone who'd want to make that. I'd be all over that project. Help out if I can. You, it works for what you built for? Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I'm thinking of selling my 5080 and buying a 5090, to be honest. The laggly flight is coming down. That was a pretty good landing, though. That was pretty nice. Wasn't the best in the world, but was definitely not the worst. I call it pretty good. Love to have an Embraer E2 in this sim. Yeah, that's a good looking airplane. But it's very, very slick to land that thing too. It just does not want to slow down that airplane. Don't worry about the brakes. That's a replay feature. Beauty. What a gorgeous looking airplane. You know what's another really cool view, actually? This is a really good view. Wait a minute. Why'd it put me in the water? What? Trying to go for nearest runway. There we go. That's the one I want. Need a little bit of right rudder, but other than that, pretty good. Hope your cache clean helps. My 4080 still does well at 4K with auto FPS. Yeah, I'm using auto FPS as well, and running a 5080, so it could be the streams. I don't really know what could be causing this, to be honest, but maybe auto FPS doesn't like the replays, actually. Maybe it's like it's doing too many setting changes at once. Float plane base, a flying wave. Yeah, actually, when I was based out here, I got to take a look at those. It was a pretty cool little operation. Do you know from which years Air Canada flew the A340? No idea. I think I want to say somewhere in the 90s to the early 2000s, and they didn't last long. It might have been shorter than that. Might have only been like a few years. Alright guys, we're going to start wrapping up the stream here. Really appreciate all you guys stopping in and watching our stream here from Calgary to Vancouver on the beautiful A340. We're going to be doing a lot more A340 flights and A350 and A320. I'm kind of in an Airbus mode right now, so we'll be doing a lot more of that. Hopefully you guys like the tutorial videos and the streams and all that great stuff, and also hopefully we'll be able to have the Airbus side stick from Moza for you guys to showcase next time. So we're going to try to get this cache cleaned out due to Keith. We'll try to do his recommendation there, see if it works. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close auto FPS real quick, and I'm going to see if auto FPS is actually the culprit of the replay not working that well, because maybe it's just changing settings too much. It's working okay, but I think that's worse. Let's do another one of those, but I'll make a cool little... It sounds like Squidward playing the clarinet right there. Alright guys, that about wraps it up. I'm gonna take a look for the direct cache clear. My poor Airbus, yeah, it's true. And yeah, Mike, look into it. And I got 3 gig internet, so it should work quite well. And we can try to get together there. And I think the 737 works from PMDG, but anyways, we're gonna end the stream around there, guys. Really hope you guys enjoyed this beautiful A340 stream, and we will show you guys some more cool stuff in the future. I'm your SimCFI. Thank you for stopping by.